Good morning, Kaustubh.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, how are you today?
Sir, I'm very good, sir.
Okay, since we are meeting virtually, I would like you to introduce yourself in a bit.
Yes, sir. Sir, my name is Kaustubh Tripati. I come from UP. Sir, my father being in a transferable job, I had the opportunity to live in different cities and study at various places. I did my 10th and 12th from Lucknow, sir, City Montessori School. Then, sir, I joined IIT BHU to pursue my BTech in civil engineering. And, sir, then I'm preparing for the civil services examination, sir.
Okay, Kaustubh, I understand that you come from Prayagraj, right?
Yes, sir. My mother, sir, she's from Prayagraj.
You are from Prayagraj, or are you from right now?
Sir,
Are you based
I'm
at Prayagraj?
no, sir,
Kaustubh,
based in Lucknow,
can you
sir.
hear me?
Sir, I'm based in. Am I audible, sir? Sorry, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Are you
right now
based
I'm
at
based in
Prayagraj?
Lucknow.
Somewhere I saw Prayagraj.
Sir, Prayagraj is
District
the
to which your
place of.
mother belongs. That's
Yes,
the
sir. Yes, sir.
district, Prayagraj. So I just wanted to understand your opinion. You know, the governments of the day are interested in
Yes.
changing the names of historical places. For example, Allahabad became Prayagraj, and Bombay became Mumbai, etc.
Yes.
How do you react to this?
Sir, there can be some considerations while changing the name. It may be because of some reasons the sentiments of the people might be supporting the new change name, but sir, ultimately, the different image that that city projects, its tourism, its heritage, cultural and social, and all such kinds of uh, importance that that place has. I think nothing much changes with the change of the name, and it's just a repackaging of the same thing. So, sir, it can be done if the people they have the wishes to have the change name, sir.
Okay, Kaustubh, you know, you are a badminton player, and our teams are in Tokyo right now. What do you think has changed in the last many years since the last Olympics? And where do you think India stands in the sporting arena currently?
So, unfortunately, in the last Olympics, our performance was not very good. So we took a number of steps, such as we introduced schemes like TOP, which aims to improve our performances, improve the Olympians that would be selected for the main event. Uh, a number of financial incentives and other infrastructure were provided for the betterment of the athletes, the different sports players. So I think, sir, that the efforts that have been given, some result would be available, and hopefully you'll be getting some medals in this Olympics, sir.
Okay, I can understand physical, you know, stamina, etc. Associate with Europeans, etc. Possibly missing in Indians. But how is it that an event like shooting or archery, etc., does not give us the medals because it does not require. It requires maybe chess also. It requires. It doesn't require physical stamina. How do you explain why we are behind, for example, China?
Sir, in a number of nations who are leading in the sporting arena, sir, they invest a lot in the beginning only. They, hello, sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, they are able to identify the talents at a very early age, and they nurture accordingly so that by the time the sports person is of the age to join the international events at an adult age, so already they have received a number of years of training, which also includes the proper diet planning, nutrition, which is required for that particular sports. So, sir, I think that the entire environment that is somewhat missing in India, the infrastructure is not so that it is able to pick up the early talent and it is able to nurture it very properly. Despite certain hurdles, despite these things, we have managed to get some medals in shooting, sir. But I think there is a lot of scope for improvement.
Okay,
And
Kaustubh, you're an engineer,
yes, sir.
and about your idea about using emerging technologies in governance.
Yes, sir. Sir, a number of technologies can be used, which would be providing us with different kind of results. For instance, sir, has been an increase in the use of the technology of AI, the artificial intelligence. So, sir, they can help to reduce the manpower and provide better surveillances, better tracking of different public management systems. For instances, for managing the road transportation, the traffic system, such cameras with artificial intelligence, they can be used to identify the violators and accordingly impose certain fines or on them. Apart from that, sir, the communication that is there between the citizens and the government, that can be improved a lot with the help of the new emergent technologies, whereby the grievances, the thing that the citizens want to convey to the government, that can be easily conveyed, so that a more citizen-centric governance can be developed. And so a number of other technologies are there, which I'm not very able to recollect right now. So
Okay. Thank you, Kaustubh. I'll hand over to Mr. Ilanchezhian.
Tripati, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Yeah, fantastic. Right. Yeah. See, you're a civil engineer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you remember, there was one, say for example, a humorous comment. It is not a humorous comment. Sometimes, say for example, an hilarious comment came from Tripura Chief Minister, all right, before 2 years ago, or 1.5 years ago, to be very precise. He said that means civil engineers are more suited for civil service. All right. I do not know what exactly is the basis on which of Tripura said it, but how do you see the statement? You being a civil engineer of your own, right?
Yes,
How do you see the statement? Do you feel that civil engineers has any advantage than others, particularly when it comes to civil service as such?
yes, sir. Definitely, up to an extent, I agree that there are certain advantages which we as a civil engineer, because of our subject specialization, we are prepared to design such systems, such infrastructure, which are better suited for the public. And in civil services, sir, the ultimate aim of development, which is there, so having a sound knowledge of civil engineering, that can help to produce structures that are more economical, that are more durable, and that have a better utility towards the public. So, sir, definitely there are a number of advantages that the civil engineer have, which can help to give some more insights to the civil administration, sir.
Okay, right. Chaliye, okay, right. Now here, you are from Uttar Pradesh, am I right? UP, right?
Yes, sir.
In UP, some of the parts of UP, to be very precise, you are there in, say, for example, the Western Belt. To be very precise, the Southwestern Belt, where exactly you have the extension of Chambal Valley. Am I right? You heard about this Chambal
Yes,
Valley?
Yes,
Because
sir.
part of Chambal Valley also lies in what? Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
And even Eastern UP for that case, generally they are affected by ravine. You heard anything about ravine? Chambal ravine?
Yes, sir.
Right. Can you elaborate more on this Chambal ravine, my dear friend? What is this Chambal ravine? Why this place is regarded as one of the most backward place in India? Why dacoity has become so common in Chambal Valley?
Yes, sir. So first of all, Chambal ravine, it's a geographical feature which is formed due to the erosion of the surfaces by the river. It is kind of a series of erosion when gullies, rails are formed, and ultimately they are converted into ravines, which also leads to badlands where a very good quality of agriculture or such kind of activities cannot take place, sir. So, sir, with this background, the place has a number of geographical challenges which leads to improper administration of the place, and as a result, the area becomes a hub for. Sorry, sir, there is some disturbance. I think, sir.
Yes, there is some disturbance. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, sir. Shall I continue, sir?
Yeah, please, you continue.
Yes, sir. So, sir, because of such geography, it is not very easy to administer such places, and that's why a number of illegal activities, such as the infamous dacoity, the Chambal region is not very good for very it is infamous, sir, actually, for a number of purposes. So because a strict surveillance cannot be kept over there, the administration cannot be kept over there. So that results in the continuance of that place to remain backward, and which promotes opportunities to the people to go into something illegal kind of things such as the Takati. And yes,
Okay.
so that is the reason, sir.
As a civil engineer, okay. See, for example, assume that you are posted as a district magistrate in Chambal, right? As a civil engineer, you yourself are a civil engineer. See, of course, see, for example,
Yes, sir.
district collector has an immense role in changing the life of the people. Am I right? Directly, you can touch the life of the people.
Yes.
Am I right? What vision you have, right? How exactly you will say, for example, somewhere, right? You will bring more opportunities. Somewhere, I just want to know, you being as a civil engineer, what exactly you can do to address the issue of the so-called bad land topography.
Yes, sir. Sir, in fact, there have been a number of steps that have been taken in this regard, sir. First of all, sir, there is a scheme to level the place. A number of excavators and the machines can be used so that the unevenness that is present in the topography, that can be brought down to a certain extent, especially in the places where the difference in the ravine depth and the height, they are not very much. So in such places, we can go for an even settlement, sir, and we can create some patches of land where, with even topography and with the application of proper kind of irrigation and other agricultural techniques, we can help to promote agriculture in that area, sir. And apart from that, sir, besides fighting from topography, there can be other things which can be done to promote employment in there, which may not be directly related with the civil engineering aspect, sir. But I think promoting the traditional handicrafts and the traditional the skills that the people there possess.
What is
that
the
can help
traditional
them.
handicrafts people of Chambal was known for? Do you have any GI there?
Sorry, sir, I am not sure about this, sir.
Not very sure about it. Okay, not an issue, right? That's a good attempt, right? And my friend, you are from UP, right? Uttar Pradesh, right?
Yes,
The
sir.
most populous state in India, right? To be very precise, the population of Uttar Pradesh is more than the population of Brazil. Am I right? That's the reason normally we say within India we have plenty of countries, right? You take Uttar Pradesh for that case, you take Bihar for that case, am I right? West Bengal for that case, am I right? All these places are known for population. To be very precise,
Yes.
population density. My question is very direct. Why? Why states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal, right, are more populous? Why it is so populous?
Yes, sir. Sir, there are a number of reasons for it. Starting from the geographical reason, the places they have a very...
Meanwhile, is your option
sir.
is geography?
No, sir, it is anthropology, sir.
Okay, very good. Right.
So, but it was earlier geography, sir.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. So, sir, because of the even topography, plenty of availability of water in the forms of river, drainages, channels, different kinds of canals. So, sir, the agriculture prospect has been very good. So, because of that, there has been historical regions that people have been shifting into that regions. They have been settling into that. And because of continuous settlement and with increasing population, the sheer size of the population itself provides a number, so that once the population increases on that number, so overall the population is very high, sir. So these are the...
So you mean to say that agriculture is the main reason for the population? Am I right? Should I take it in that way?
Yes, sir. One of the main reason is agriculture, sir.
Okay. Is it the only reason?
Looks like there's a connectivity issue for both of you.
Yeah. Is it the only reason?
No, sir, there are other reasons also, sir. But the chief primary reason is the agriculture one, sir.
No, fantastic. Okay. You want to say it is more of a plains?
Yes, yes, sir.
Am I right? Okay, right, good. See, my dear friend, you know that what are the different internal security threat you have in our country, right? Okay, can you somewhere briefly, can you tell me that what are the different internal security threat, what exactly India is facing currently?
Yes, sir. So there are a number of internal security threats, which include, first of all, sir, left-wing extremism. We are seeing in some of the interior states of our country. Then, sir, we have border security issues. The different areas, there are problems of sometimes transgression, some illegal crossing over, smuggling of currency, cattle, fake Indian currency notes, FICN. And sir, apart from that, cyber security is also a major internal security issue, sir. Especially recently, we have seen the Pegasus spyware and the other kind of things that are attacking the cyber system. So, sir, I think these are the main kind of internal.
What about insurgency? What about militancy?
Yes, sir. Insurgency and militancy have always been there. But sir, I think in the recent times there have been a slight decline in the presence and the magnitude of the militancy that used to be in the previous decades, sir.
Yeah. And finally, is Uttar Pradesh affected by left-wing extremism?
Sir, a very small part of UP is affected actually in the southeastern region of Sonbhadra. There are certain blocks which are affected by this left-wing extremism. But sir, apart from that, a major chunk of UP is by and large free from left-wing extremism, sir.
Right, good, Tripati, right? That's from my side. I would request Dr. Radhai Madam to continue this process.
Good morning to you, Kaustubh.
Good morning, ma'am.
You are from Allahabad, right?
Yes.
Are you from Allahabad? Yes. You have. Yes. You have the holy Ganges flowing. And can you tell us something about Operation Ganga, which was the dream and one of the top priorities of the present Modi government when they resumed office? Can you tell us something about Operation Ganga?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Operation Ganga, it includes a number of things, which starts from the cleaning of the river. Ma'am, there have been a number of regions in the entire stretch of the river where the pollution levels are very high. So there have been efforts to reduce the pollution, which includes steps like taking creation of sewage treatment plants so that the waste is not directly discharged into the river. Apart from ma'am, there is also a thrust on improving the connectivity of the river, so that we have already seen that National Waterway 1 that passes through a stretch of the river of Ganga. So there have been thrust to improve the infrastructure so that the river Ganga can actually achieve its potential and it can help to provide better economy and better environment to the people around there.
Do you think the mission is being successful so far?
Yes, ma'am, there have been a number of challenges, but ultimately, ma'am, results have been shown. And especially in Varanasi, where I studied, ma'am, during the past few years, ma'am, there have been a number of efforts to clean the river. And along with it, there have been a thrust upon improving the infrastructure of the river. So, ma'am, I think that results are being shown, ma'am. They are there, ma'am.
So now coming to the burning issue of the agrarian reforms, or to be very precise, the bills passed by the present government, the three famous agricultural reform bills. Can I have your views on that, please?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think so that the ultimate aim that the bills they are aiming to, is a very fair, ma'am. We are trying to improve to increase the farmers' income, for which there have to be certain kind of deregulation in the agriculture setup. So, ma'am, there are a number of good provisions in it, which includes the easy transaction between the farmers, the buyers, and the sellers. But, ma'am, yes, one issue which I would say was there, that a very good amount of consideration that would be expected in a democracy was not there. A number of bills were passed in a haste, which is one of the main reasons for such kind of protest, ma'am. So I think that if we are able to assuage the problems of the farmers, we are able to convince them that they would not be at the suffering end. So, ma'am, it would be a beneficial, win-win situation for all of us, ma'am.
One more addition to the demography. You hail from a state which is largely populated, the largest and the thickly populated state. In your opinion, to be more precise, the youth population, what we call as the demographic dividend, do you really agree that it is a dividend in your state? And what has been the success of the demographic dividend in your state?
Yes, ma'am. There is a demographic dividend. The state of UP is not only very large, but it is also comparatively young in kind of the average age, ma'am. So the humans, they provide an immense opportunity to develop their skills, to provide different kind of employment. But ma'am, I think that certain improvements can be desired in this area, ma'am. The health and infrastructure, they are, even though they have improved in the last few years, but it's still a greater thrust upon education, health, and skill development, providing them with the such kind of skills which are actually required in the job markets of today, ma'am. So such things can further help to reap the actual amount of demographic dividend that the state of UP has, ma'am.
Thank you. That's all from me.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Kaustubh, just want to know your opinion about India's strategic interest in being on the Quad.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think that it is actually a kind of pragmatic approach, because, sir, in the times of changing world order, when we have seen an increasing assertive China, especially in the Indo-Pacific region, where it is trying to increase its dominance in the South China Sea and the region around it, sir. So I think, sir, that aligning with the nations, the USA, Japan, and Australia, in helping to counter and contain China in the region, it is a good step, so that it helps to increase our ability. And also, sir, I think it does not come into the way of any kind of imbalances with other powers. We have also good relations with Russia and other nations. So, sir, Quad is a good step, sir, I think, sir.
Okay. See, recently the Chief Justice of India talked about the sedition law. What is your own opinion about the sedition law, Article 124A?
Yes, sir. Sir, I also think that Section 124A that talks about the sedition, it is actually being carried away from the colonial times. The same statute, there have been hardly any changes in its current implementation. In the year 1962, sir, also the Supreme Court had come with a number of safeguards so that the provisions cannot be misused for any wrong purposes. But sir, still there are instances when we have seen that the application has been not done in a very good faith. So, sir, I do agree with the Honorable Chief Justice, sir, that the time has come that we must think to abolish it completely, sir.
Okay. Your DAF also shows that you are interested in studying meditation. What do you mean by that?
Yes, sir, I think meditation is a very vast realm. The more I know about it, I come to know about a number of things. For instance, sir, brushing with our left hand, if we are a right-handed, it is also a kind of meditation. Driving very carefully, listening to something carefully, watching something very carefully. When we when we put entire energy of a mind in something, sir, we channelize it. So all that things, they are under kind of meditation. And
is it a Kaustubh school of thought on meditation?
Perhaps in some years, if I would be knowing a lot, then.
Okay. With that, we'll end this interview, unless anybody else has questions. Shall we end the interview and then give the feedback?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. We'll just right. I will just ask Tripati to be in waiting room. Tripati, I'll just put you in waiting room. Right? Maybe
Yes, sir,
2
yes,
minutes. 2 minutes of our internal discussion. I'll call you back. Okay. So I'm just putting you in waiting room. Yeah.
Kaustubh?
Sir?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm there, sir.
Yeah. Kaustubh, we have come to a consensus. Obviously, everybody will give their opinions. You're a solid candidate. We think that you stand a very good chance at the interview. Possibly your answers can be a lot more, interesting, nuanced. For example, when we asked about Prayagraj, it could be a little more nuanced. Could be. Obviously, you tried to protect both sides, all the sides. You didn't bring the question of Muslim names being changed to Hindu names, etc. So far, so good. But the one problem I found was you being an engineer, you didn't answer the question on emerging technologies well at all, because First, you have to say what are the emerging technologies. So emerging technologies would be artificial intelligence and machine learning, blockchain, Internet of Things, the cloud, analytics, drones. All these have different applications in governance. And take one, and just finish it off quickly so that no supplementary questions are asked. Because you're a civil engineer, a lot of virtual reality, augmented reality is used in civil engineering, right?
Yes, sir.
So, those are areas where, somebody like me might be there who would be interested in technology, who would expect a better answer, right? The rest of your answers were good. The Chambal, you could have, you answered well. I think you answered from a geographical point of view, which is good. What was expected was that. You didn't reflect on the negatives like illiteracy and insanitation, which are also factors in the rising population. But that's good. The issue of Olympics, because you're a sports person, more likely questions are. So you have to look at each. What is the contingent currently? We have basically shooting, archery, wrestling, table tennis, badminton. So all those areas you'll have to find out, who are the best. You should know the sports persons from India who've gone there, who are the best in these areas. Where do we stand? What was the kind of budget in the last Olympics and this Olympics? How have we sent all our Olympians to different parts of the world for training? Many of these things can be added, or it will enhance a lot of value to our answer, right? I think Madam's question was on Allahabad.
Yes, sir. Operation Ganga. Operation Ganga.
Operation Ganga was very limited. I didn't like the answer at all, because Operation Ganga has 1, 2, 3 objectives. So first you have to tell the objectives. Then you have to say how it's going. You said, yeah, it's reasonably well. But it was a very unconvincing answer coming from a person who is based at UP. So I think you need to brush up all this, especially about UP. UP is going to get a lot of bashing because of population policy and a lot of things which are coming out from there in the national news. Right, ma'am? Cherian, you want to say something?
See, sir has given you a lot of inputs, right? Yeah, that's a general observation. So overall, right, see, we are convinced that you're a balanced person, right? And see, for example, most of your answers are very pleasing, and I appreciate the way you have answered the question. I asked you, right, the reason why UP is so populous. Actually, it is the reason is because UP is a plain. Am I right? Not just plain; it is a fertile plain. Am I right? Even Bihar, for that case, right? It's a plain. And the geography you would have studied, right? Geo-demographic load-bearing capacity is very high for plains. Am I right? So that way I appreciate it, right? Culture also plays an important role, but it is a very small role. Am I right? Marginal difference, culture will be playing. Am I right? So overall, the questions what I have asked, right? I'm satisfied. Sir has given a fantastic feedback. Only that area you can work upon. Am I right? Is it the first interview you are going, Mr. Tripati? Is it your first interview?
Yes, sir. This is my first interview,
yeah,
sir.
Very good, fantastic. So we hope that you will get a good mark, decent mark, right? Somewhere around 180 plus should be that mark what you get. Even if you're going beyond 200, that is not surprising to us. Okay, you can venture beyond 200 also, right? You have that caliber. Am I right? Are you working anywhere now?
No, sir. Right now, I'm not working anywhere, sir.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So what exactly you do for your living? Interview is over, right? I'm just asking you, what do you do for your living? Don't tell me dacoity.
Yes, sir.
I hope it is not dacoity, right? Okay. Yeah.
Madam?
Kaustubh, you're very cool. Your temperament-wise, you with good confidence, you put up the show very well. Sir has covered almost all aspects of yours. What I would like to re-emphasize is you can have better insights to your answers. You can give a lot of inputs, value-based inputs, and also brush up with UP politics.
Yeah.
Yogi Adityanath and all that, you can brush up more in that area. Questions were not asked today, but you can expect questions in that area also. And regarding, as Sir was mentioning regarding Operation Ganga, that was a dream of the present government. It was one of the top agenda. So you should just blow out the answer. You should speak with all authenticity because you're from the holy city. So that way, we expected a lot in that area. And that is the reason I put the direct question to you. You can give a better thing. Rest, you were very, very confident, cool, and you managed to answer all the questions. You were able to put up a good show. That's all about it. Appreciate for all that.
You're a pleasing personality, no doubt about that. But lots more inputs are required.
Lots of inputs, insights that can.
Don't brush things under the carpet. You can't do that. You have to be very, very specific. 1, 2, 3. Always have that in mind. When, where, why, what. If you can put that in a short answer, nothing like it. Any questions from your side, Kaustubh?
So right now I cannot think, sir. We'll be just going by that feedback, sir.
Okay. So our best wishes to you, Kaustubh. God bless.
Yeah. And when is your interview, Tripati?
So it's on 27th of August, sir.
Oh, you have a lot of time. A month's time. So UP. Read all about UP. It's very important, as ma'am said, politics also and geography also. Every point has to be laced with a lot of value-ridden answers. It will make it more embellished. You had to embellish it a lot more. But you are a very confident young man, and we assure you that you'll come back and tell us that you qualify. God bless.
Thanks, sir.
All the best. All the very best.
Thank you, ma'am.